Let's talk values and principles. This is something that I do minimum once a year. And I sit down and I look at my businesses. So Moved Academy, Movement Ayahuasca as the experience, Richard Aceves as a whole brand, and myself. And I have values and principles that are written out for each. And I pin these back to, do they align with my values and my principles? One of the biggest struggles that I see with new coaches or more senior coaches and PTs, personal trainers, physios, chiropractors, is that usually they have a set of principles and values, but the place that they're working at does not align with those values. And they have to start to have a shift in how they present themselves and what they do. This ends up turning into a development of boredom, of comfort, and of not wanting to be a coach anymore. You start to get burnt out because you don't want to be in that environment because it doesn't go with your values. So, second piece of homework, sit down and write down 3 to 5. And if you guys have more, you're more than welcome to write more, but write down the values and principles that you have for your life. For me, I have 3 simple ones. They've been the same now for over 15 years. Very, very easy. The first one, passion. I need to be passionate about what I'm doing, whether it's internal help, whether it's external help, whether it's anything that I want to learn. It needs to be passion driven. I need to be excited about it. I want to be enthralled into it. I don't want to do something for the wrong reason. So if I'm not passionate about wanting to learn or wanting to build, I won't go after it. That right there is an intuitive thought for me that I need to move somewhere else. My direction, my attention needs to go somewhere else that's going to give me the energy. The second one comes with passion, knowledge. When I get passionate about something, I go very, very deep into it, and I try and get as much of that knowledge as I can. So that knowledge can come from learning, reading, and the biggest one for me is that knowledge comes through experience. So if I start to read something, if I start to get into some crazy concept or some deep philosophical approach or something that just kind of excites me a little bit, I see it in my head as, okay, here is the information. How can I turn it into knowledge and wisdom? And that usually requires a lot of hours here at the gym, playing, experimenting with different exercises, range of motion, tension, types of tensions and contractions, X, Y, and Z. It gets very, very deep, but it's a whole lot of fun. So at the end of the day, if I have the passion and the knowledge, I can give my clients a very simple explanation as to why they have the pain, the discomfort, X, Y, and Z. That's how I generate my solutions. And the third one is always respect. If I have passion and knowledge, I understand that you or whoever I'm working with also has a lot to give to me. I learn as much from you guys as you guys do from myself. So when I have any sort of new concept that I'm working about that I'm very passionate about, and I start to get the information, I feed it out to you guys in my mentoring program, and I start to go through, okay, let's experiment with doing hinges in 45 different types of ways, and I want feedback from everybody, and I start to gain more and more and more knowledge. So for me, respect goes both ways. I have a massive amount of respect for any client that I see, and I have a massive amount of respect for anybody they come in contact with, because I know that as much that they can learn from me, I can learn just as much from them. So 3 very simple values and principles that I work on every single day is passion, knowledge, and respect. What are your values?